Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Zane. It's currently 3 in the morning, and I was about to go to bed, but it just wasn't really working. So I figured, hey, I haven't made any content today. Might as well just hop on and do part 2 of Free Play Thoughts with Zane. Let's get into some free play, right? So, what's going on, everyone? How you been? How's your day? How's your night? Oh man, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all today. Like, I'm kind of, I'm kind of pissed off at the world, man. Like, what kid isn't, right? But man, like, I'm just sick and tired of not being able to fit in with this world. And I know that, like, I'm different. I don't think of that in like a way of like, oh, I'm better than you or whatever. But it's like, I understand I'm different from everyone else, but there's a lyric in one of Juice WRLD's songs. It's like, I'm pissed off at the world for the way that I don't fit in, or something like that. And like, that just resonates with me so much, man. And I'm not looking for sympathy, man. Like, the whole reason why I'm starting up this series is because, like, I just want others to know that they aren't alone too. And also, in the same sense, I guess that compliments me, right? Lets me know that I'm not alone. But man, it's just been sucking lately. I'll be honest. All the things that I want to do and achieve, it's like I'm working hard to try and get there and try and get that. And, you know, it's not working out the way, you can put in all the time, all the hours, you can do all the little steps in order to get to there, but like, there's no guarantee of that, right? You got to stay like emotionally detached from the reward or the ending of what's gonna happen, but like, you got to work as hard as you can in order to get there, man. That's why I think like some pros like Vatira and stuff, like they just like start crying whenever they lose, man, because they gave it their all, man. They put everything into it, man. Like, they still came out losing. And I can't say I feel that on the same level as some of these other people, man, because I think I've had it somewhat easy in my life, but man, it just sucks sometimes, you know what? It really does just suck. I was originally gonna take down some notes for this free play session just to help me kind of stay on track, but I didn't really do that. Free play has always been like therapy for me. That's probably not the way I should treat training, right? Because like, free play is probably the best way that you can get better, but it's also the best way for me. It's kind of like a therapy, right? I think NF said that in one of his songs. He was like, "This is a therapy for me making my music and stuff." And I guess free play is kind of the same thing for me. It's like, when I'm angry or I'm stressed or I'm upset or like I'm sad about something, like, I just come in free play, man. And so I guess that's kind of why I wanted to make this series. It's just because it's like, it's free content, alongside with my meditating and stuff. Like, that's good mindfulness and like getting it all out that way. It's like, this is another way to get it out, right? I don't really care what the comments say. I really don't. But it's just another way of putting it out there, man. Letting it be known. One of the topics I kind of wanted to touch up on is like motivation, right? I think a lot of people live by motivation. That's why like you see them do so good for a certain period of time in their life, and then like you just see them go way, way downhill. Like, everything decreases, everything just drops out of nowhere. I think motivation's a really interesting thing, because like, with it you can achieve so much, but without it, like, a lot of people can't do much. So that's kind of what I said in the last episode, though. It's like, you got to find motivation in some of the smaller things. and the small details, and that's what makes it your passion, your hope and dream or whatever, you know. It's the small details. I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little bit messed up. Like I said, I just like got up out of bed. I'm mad, man. I'm mad. I'm so mad. And I think more than anything, being mad, it's just like I'm upset, you know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not looking for sympathy or anything, but I just want to get it out there. I want to let it be known. I'm sick and tired of like going and looking on Twitter or just anywhere, like on YouTube or Instagram. Like I just see like insane statistics. Like I think Shift just came out with their list or whatever of all the pro players from last season and how they ranked them and rated them, like Vatira and Zen, Monkey Moon, like all these greats, right? And then all the other content creators were tagging along with there, was making their own lists and stuff. But I just want to see my name upon that list someday, man. I don't care what it takes in order for me to get there. Like I wouldn't never like sell my soul or anything, don't get me wrong, but like, man, whatever it takes to get there, right? I want to be there. It just takes so long. It's kind of crazy. Because like you can be grand champ and you can be top 1%, but like you gotta be in that 0.0.0.0.0.001%. Top of the players, top of the chain. It's all so tight. Another crazy thing I seen is I guess Frosty, that player that played for NRG, I guess he got cut too. Like not even 2 months in. That's kind of scary because like he's really good. I guess some people were saying that his maturity levels just wasn't there, but I guess it's kind of sad for me to see. Is like, don't get me wrong, I don't have as many hours as these people. I'm not sure what they've actually sacrificed in order to get to where they're at. I know that I've had to make some sacrifices, but that's some small things. They're doing it on a much larger scale, and I want to be on that larger scale. But I think it's sad to see some people just kind of throw it away in a way, right? Like I said, I don't know his exact story, but I think it's kind of sad to see how someone can just give it up or wouldn't change or man, you know, esports is a scary industry. I guess that's what I kind of like about it too, though, is there's high risk, high reward. I don't care what the others think, you know, it's just like I want to get there, I want to be there. Yeah. This wasn't supposed to be like a really goal orientated, like I'm just throwing all my goals out there kind of episode, but I guess that's where it's kind of heading. The next episode, I assure you, there will be notes and there will be certain topics that I'll hit on. You know, and I hope to get like serious about this, you know. Hope to get a little bit more in depth and detail, not just kind of saying whatever to say to fill in the empty void of space, right? I feel like this is kind of cheap content, but I feel like there's some that will find value in it. And to those that find value in it, you know, that's what I would want to reach. Those are the people that I would want to reach, right? You know, I mean, maybe that inspires someone else to do content, you know, all these little things. It's kind of crazy how much of an impact one person can leave, right? I think like a huge, great example of that is like Chadwick Boseman, right? I love him. For those of you who don't know, he's the actor that played Black Panther. And he was battling cancer at the highest point in his life. He was making all these movies, making all this money. He had all that stuff. I don't think he cared about that. But the high of his life, pretty much, right? And he was battling cancer. And during making the Marvel films, like Black Panther and Endgame and all that stuff, he was going into St. Jude hospitals and visiting kids that had the same battle that he was going through. And it's like, sure, actors go and they will do those things or donate to charity and all that, and, you know, most of it's just tax write-offs and stuff like that. But he like genuinely meant it. He didn't show anyone. He didn't tell anyone about it, man. He literally was just in there to show love, and like he didn't tell anyone about his cancer or nothing. None of that, man. It was his own silent, quiet battle that no one knew about. But he still put on a big old smile, like just showed the world how great he was, you know. My point of me telling that story is like, you want to be the kind of person that leaves a hole when you leave this world, right? And I want to be that kind of person that leaves a hole. You know, leave your mark on this earth. I think Muhammad Ali said, you know, you got to leave your mark. You know, like the astronauts took one big step on the moon or whatever, but you got to leave like your footprint here on earth or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of cringy, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying. I just want to leave my mark. I want to let it be known. And you know, maybe I don't make it, but I don't have no plan B. I'm all in on this thing. I want to make it. I'm gonna make it, man. But if I don't, you know, I'm still gonna leave my mark somewhere. Somewhere. It's all in God's plan, right? I guess another thing I'm gonna hit on real quick. I don't know how long this has been going on for. I usually want to make these like 10 15 minutes long or so. It's like discipline, right? So I think the thing that's kind of interesting with Rocket League specifically in like esports is like, if you're a professional athlete, there's a level that your body's gonna reach, right? Your body's just gonna like stop working and shut down, and like it needs rest, and like sure, your body can only do like 50 reps or something, right? Let's just use that as an example. But like on here, I can move my fingers for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, right? The biggest thing is like mentally, how much of that can you actually register? I think there was some study done, it's like only 3 hours, right? You only have like 3 hours where you can be in this state of mind of like constantly doing things like this, at least without a break, right? Like 3 hours straight, boom, you're doing it, you're working as hard as you can, you're processing as much as you can, you're thinking as fast as you can, all these things. And sure, you can have discipline in the sense of like, instead of doing 50 reps, I'm going to do like 55 reps, right? But on here, it's like there is a level of discipline to get on every single day and grind and practice and continue to get better. But how much of that can you really process? Because you can say, okay, well, I'm going to get on today and I'm going to put in 8 hours. And then, you know, you get online, you put in 8 hours. How much of that was actually worth the time? And then same thing with like the next day. You're like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm gonna put in 10 hours. More time, right? But how much of that are you actually gonna be able to process? How much of that are you actually gonna be able to apply into your game? How much of that is time that you're not wasting? How much is that you switching your song on Spotify? How much is that switching your podcast on YouTube? How much is that, you know, how much is that you just fiddle farting with presets? Like, every second counts, you know. Time is money. Time is very valuable. Time is everything. But it's kind of an interesting thing with disciplining yourself to this, right? Because like, you can do this forever. You can sit in here, smack this ball around for however many hours, right? But how much of that can actually go through? I just got to learn more about myself, I guess. I feel like we've been kind of on the bad side for most of this video. We've been on the negative side, so I guess I can tell you a couple of the positive things. So some of you know that this is that I'm going on like a 31-day journey of like trying to better myself in every aspect of my life. But I guess I can tell you a couple of the things that I've actually been doing well, and some of the things that I'm gonna start making a normal part of my everyday. So for the past 4 days, I've been working on meditation, not for religious reasons, but just meditation's good. It's good mindfulness, it's good peace of mind, whatever, and it refreshes you, right? Like if you sit here and like you play a certain amount of time on the game and like, you know, you go outside and like there's stress in the world or whatever, and then it's like, okay, well, time to meditate, boom. And then you get back in that flow of mindfulness or whatever, and you concentrate and focus and do whatever needs to be done. That's good. Another thing is I've been reading some books and the Bible more. That's another good thing. I've been reading this one book. It's right next to me right now, actually. It's called No Bad Parts. It's just kind of talking about all the different parts of your mind and body, and how you can use even like some of the worst parts, or like trauma and stuff like that. That's the best description I've gotten of the book so far. I'm sure I'll talk about it more in a future episode. And I actually changed my diet a little bit. I don't know if it's like working the most effective way, but I got some salad. I've always loved eating salad. Don't ask why, but I've always liked salad. I don't know how anyone can say they don't like salad. Salad's so good. But I've been eating salads only for dinner, and then I'll take like some chicken strips kind of things, and I'll take them and I'll cut them up and I'll put them in the salad. And so I'm getting a little bit of protein, a little bit of the greens, a little bit of everything, you know. It's just all good. So instead of eating like all the fatty foods or whatever, you know, I've been really focusing on that. And there has been just a noticeable difference within just the past couple times of me eating. Like, I don't have a huge headache after I'm eating, right? I'm actually able to get through and feel better, I guess, and digest better and everything. So that's been another good thing. And yeah, I guess just trying to get closer to God as much as I can, as much as I can. But it's not always easy, man. This life will tear you apart, and I'm learning that the hard way, I guess. But yeah, I think that's kind of everything for this video. I want to thank all my friends that have been close. If you're a random viewer and you just happen to come across here and you want to get to know me, man, my Discord should be linked if you want to get to know me. And yeah, you have a great day or night wherever you're at. Thank you for watching.